The first thing to do is to take the text file that contains your screenplay and convert it into the database format that Sushi is going to use. We bring Builder up and we navigate to the place where we have our file. In this case, I've made a copy with a short name because that's going to be the name of the project and I don't want it too long. We click on it and open it and import. What we have here now is a collection of switches that show whether the process of importing has been successful and whether or not there are problems with your text. Sushi is very picky with the format of things, and it has to. It uses that format to recognize where you are in the script and what's going on. For this particular edition of Sushi, we follow the recommended system by Richard Walter, the former dean of screenwriter at UCLA, and is like follows. Headers follow this format. The word, whether exterior or interior, a period, two spaces, this location as a continuous text, then a space, a hyphen, and the kind of light that we're going to have, whether day or night. Sometimes you will find things like afternoon or sunset or sunrise here, which are acceptable in the practice, but things like later or that night don't really help too much. It should be day or night to give you the time of day. The half headers are preluded by two hyphens and a space, and those are sub-scenes where the action is going very quickly. In this case, all of these are happening in scene 10. That tells you that scene 10 has a level of speed and action and intercutting that is higher than other scenes, so it's probably an action scene. It detects the sequences, it detects and counts the characters. Sheriff appears 31 times as a header for dialogue. Older lady appears too. Martha appears 23 times. Then it detected all the lines which are parentheticals, mostly instructions to talent or to the reading of the script. Then it detected the transitions and it detected the locations, made a list of them, and like the characters, it counted the times that each location appears. So Christina's house living room appears 5 times and so forth. We know that we are missing a fade out, so we might use that as a brief example on how to edit problems that your detection has made evident. You would edit the text. We're going to add that fade out, and we are going to find the end for the screenplay, and here is the fade out. And the reason it's not being found is because it has been placed in parentheses, and the only thing that a fade out has is a colon at the end. So now we are going to save this. It was probably appearing as one of the parentheticals. We save that and we re-import. And now we look at the transitions, and there we go. Fade out has appeared as a line, and if we were to go into the parentheticals, we are not going to see fade out as one of them, which would have probably been the case before. When we're once we're happy with all the edit that we have done, we compile and the program will create the directory with all the files required inside. Here's the directory with the same name as the file that we used to originate it. And inside we have a structure for data, pictures, and text, and a series of files that contain different kinds of information on the screenplay's production. For instance, the stats have the title, how many scenes, how many characters and locations, and how many additional setups which are required for the half headers, and those are for the lighting people and the makeup people, and everybody needs to be informed of all this. Then you have the cast with their number of interventions. In this case, they are already in descending order of frequency. So the highest placed in this list are the ones that have more interventions. The ones in the bottom have the lowest or the least interventions. Then with the same system you have the locations with the number of frequency to the side of the location itself, and then the additional setups with information about which scene they're happening in and where. So we're ready now to start filling in this database that is going to be our movie or our linear presentation.